Afternoon from Disturbia. It's been another dull, dingy, very dirty day here in Disturbia. We used to have weather systems here in Germany, and now and across the face of the whole flat earth, and now all we get is dull, dirty dinge and camouflage. They're camouflaging the sky. Look at this white here. The white's rolling in to cover up the sky at night so the temperature does not drop. It's 30 degrees here in Disturbia now at the moment. 2 hours ago it was 25. The temperature went up 5 degrees in 2 hours as the sun is going down. It used to be the sun would hit a high point at around 1 o'clock and stay the same temperature and then go gradually down. And now that it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter during the day, which is totally anomalous. You can see where the sun is, it's more white. Over here it's a little bit more blue. This morning it was blue cloud and rain. And then we had intermittent drops. At 1 o'clock we had 21 degrees and now we have 30. Nobody says anything about it. What we're being conditioned to believe is that when the sun, so-called, comes out, then it gets hotter. When there are no clouds, it's hotter, and that's not true in reality. Because the chem clouds do not cover the sun in order to make it cooler, but to make it hotter. I remember years ago, I think I mentioned this before, I think it was 2015, at the end of May, we have a long weekend here, and it was 38 degrees on that Saturday of that long weekend, and it was blue cloud. And when I got home, I Googled what is a blue gas heavier than air, and I got sulfur hexafluoride. Because that's what it is. It's magic. This is not real weather. It's not real temperature. It's just whatever the forces that should not be want it to be, because they made up this meteorological system in the first place. Take a look over here, completely white. And it's white hot. That's for sure. That's why they're bringing in the chem clouds. You can see them back there. It's just a flat shelf, and it will disperse and cover the whole sky in order to keep a lid on the boiling pot all night long, so the temperature will not drop appreciably. The other morning we had 11 degrees. The day before that we had 12, and the day after we had 11 we had 17. This morning we also had 17 when I left the house at 7:30 real time, 6:30 real time. So you see, not everything is what it seems, and weather certainly is not weather anymore. There's nothing natural about it. They're spraying it in out of a can, more or less. It's aerosol. And somebody said to me this morning, she said, oh, we're not going to get up to 33 degrees, no way, because it's so cool now. Well, guess what? Like I say, between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, the temperature went up 4 degrees, and between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, which we have now, 5:21, it went up another 5 degrees. So between 1 and 5, the temperature went up 9 degrees. Why? The sun was as high in the sky as it was going to get today. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people just think, oh, who cares about that? What you going on about? All well and good, but you have to realize what the machinations that are taking place here. And not only with regard to weather, with regard to everything. And it's not so much about money as it is about your immortal soul. They don't care how much money they make, because they print the money. The person who prints the money doesn't need the money. If I print money, I don't need it. I've got enough. I give myself a carte blanche. Just like this sky, a white car and a white sky. It is about controlling your mind, what you believe, what you think. In fact, they don't want you to think. They just want you to accept what they say as reality. I know so many people who do. So many people who are smart otherwise, but when it comes to certain so-called narratives, as they call them, that's exactly what they are. They're narratives. It used to be in school when you read a book, they'd say, what is the narrative about? What is the story about? You see, and they're even adapting their language to admit that it's all about fiction. It's just all about fiction. But the thing is, the forces that should not be know that if you believe what they're telling you, then your whole life will be directed according to what you believe in. And when they tell you there's a virus and you need to wear a mask, you need to run out and buy toilet paper, there's not enough water, you've got to do this, you've got to do that you're going to do it. And the problem is that this programming goes so deep into the subconscious that you can't even control it anymore in some cases. That's why, for years my radio didn't work in the car, and I would listen to CDs, and now of course I got a new car. Well, it's not new anymore, but and the radio works, so I usually listen to the news, but of late I just turned it off because I just can't listen to it anymore. It's the same old so-called narratives, the same old memes, the same old, all the time. And if you don't believe it, you're going to jail. If you don't believe it, you're a conspiracy theorist. If you don't believe it, you're going to get fined. If you don't believe it, you're going to be put in a straitjacket and sent to prison, or the psychic ward, a psychiatric ward. What is that but tyranny? And then all the livelong day they're talking about democracy. Hello? What do they mean? You can't have both tyranny and democracy at the same time, or is tyranny democracy and vice versa?